you, casters.
Because I would have thought that because Flashback is pretty much a Viper main.
They are absolutely right. There are some interesting.
So I wonder if they tried this and Foxy felt more comfortable on Smokes instead of Sentinel, and they went for comfort for him.
So Flashback being given the position for that Sentinel. Now on the side of DFM, I mean, again, yes,
very,
do like
this though. Boz on Duelist is outrageous.
Anthem, I mean, he's had some good calls on this
DRX
map
on defense,
before,
DFM on attack.
Despite the results not necessarily pointing that way last year in Pacific. So I'm curious to see the big difference.
Still weird, yeah, it is a little bit weird.
The Sky versus the Fade, Flashes
we'll
versus none on the other side, but of course,
this is Palmer Smokes,
not as
Palmer
much
Sentinel.
freedom to get info right off the bat in the early
just
part of the round
it's just when they need the double, the hill. Because Foxy's just pure fill, then you think?
About just committing
and then Flashback's just pure
already
Sentinel.
diving in is going to be May with that frenzy, but look at the movement from Stax. Although it is a new DRX, Stax is still here and
yeah,
still
this is the thing with DRX as well. The core is just so strong.
Trickle backwards, 2 kills, and then Flashback comes in. Although Cess is able to find a bit of a double.
Yeah, also interesting to me that Cess is playing that Omen, still going for the double controller. I mean, he's bounced around several different agents in the small pool of matches he has played, but generally seeming to lean more towards that initiator. We'll see what they have planned, but for now, Medusa, you got to win so many duels in a row.
Yeah, not gonna happen today. I mean, it's not easy at the very least, and especially
yeah, dude, there's a lot of Deagles bacon, right?
This is just DFM, and we can see that the entire game.
Probably the most we've seen.
Although it is just a pistol, they just dove right into the site.
Yeah, now picking this Lotus against DRX, I mean, DRX likes to play pretty default heavy on any map, so
Foxy's been playing a lot of Viper in ranked games, yeah, it makes sense though in terms of the role that he probably has to try practice the most. There's a difference for him.
Especially as if you're on the attacking side, just really force the issue
Okay,
on
full
one part of the
eco
map,
on
make
this
sure
one,
that you're
no
winning by
guns.
numbers. So I get the idea. The pistol they
all
chose
over
B
towards
wasn't
C.
quite the one. It's also a hard one to kind of keep hold of in the post plan.
Yeah, it looks like we're just going to be using this to try to get a plant.
Kill.
That's exactly why. I mean, I'm kind of like wondering what the game plan is for DFM, and although it is just a pistol, and it is the DRX that goes default heavy, committing without much information is, I'm not sure if that's how they want to start things out, but at least right now, with nothing but classics, they will be able to look towards gaining as much information as they can. So both Nanostorms popped off. They know there is a bit of a Killjoy setup.
Yeah. It's kind of like they're just going scouting to see what the current setups are.
The fact that, first of all, obviously still trying to take advantage of the map itself, going for that
goes in,
mount,
all of
and then checking for the setup on B.
And then
they know
Who
that the
gets to
Nanostorms
farm?
are there. I mean, they're doing what they can, and to me, the biggest thing is
Flashback.
similar to Gen G, I've heard rumblings that this DFM
2.
squad is looking fantastic in scrims, so once they're able to pick up rifles, we'll see how that goes.
Okay, we actually pick up a gun here. There is a
more for Foxy
chance
9
for
with
more
that
damage.
Bulldog on the other hand. Stax as well.
not at all.
And
we're going to pick up the Bulldog, so this bonus is going to look really good. We'll
this.
keep an eye on what Foxy buys, but
I mean, the Korean crowd, they've been waiting to be able to kind of cheer enthusiastically for DRX with a new roster. I mean, it used to be...
Probably dropped the pistol,
you
you'd imagine.
knew that they were going to win, right? The excitement wasn't quite there. But then once the excitement did arrive, it didn't last long before they were dethroned. And then the representatives of Pacific, the hope of Pacific, became Paper Rex instantly on a dime. And DRX struggling to kind of find that magic that they once had.
Okay, first big buy round for DFM. What do we got? Smoke goes out over towards A.
Partners are all saying
Instapop, question mark created. Fades Eye from over towards B. Wonder where that one lands.
Especially in the next coming days, if he's exactly what they needed.
Don't know if it's up high or if it's on the floor.
Here it is right now, starting things off. Foxy 9 still rather proven talent, still has that aim. Just wondering if we can trust our dogs or puppies to really go amok and just
Molly going in to retake this.
Really
Omen Flash.
Meanwhile, apart from that right now,
Omen
it's just
Flash and Boombot
still back
here.
to that default, juggling for info. Buzz trying to play around it. However, Blinded did not see May on the other side. May comes in and eliminates both Mako and
Buzz.
Yeah, the flash was so good.
He looks
you gotta remember this box
probably the
here,
most flash I've ever seen a player be.
More members.
It felt like it lasted for so long.
Was just tough to spot.
Flashback
Don't
wins
think it would have even
the
shown up on the
Killjoy
minimap
duel.
either. So they're gonna make it in safely. Still some damage potentially done.
Oh,
shows
that
an
is-
elbow right through the box.
what a shot from Stax. Now Prowler in just to see if anyone's nearby, so he's going to be able to re-peek the angle. Foxy9 coming up front around the door, up around tree now with another shot, despite just using nothing but a Bulldog. Turns things into a one-on-one for Stax. Haunt out, and he knows
Man,
exactly where
DFM
Cess
need
is
this
at
round
this
so
point.
badly.
Goes in. It's pretty much a heads-up duel at this point, too. As he
Nice.
peeks out
Technically a
the
1v3 for
Vandal
him.
with full auto, simply bursts Stax down a little bit more.
So yeah,
Easy
the
for
4v3
DFM to
somehow
pick that
went
up.
all the way
a
down
rough
to a
round.
1v3, but
I mean,
he
to be
does
very honest,
insta
for
win
DFM,
that. I mean,
of course, he dropped so many weapons,
first
but in
kills
that
are just
last
a trade
1v1,
though.
Cess plays that very
Bro, he
well,
was
right? Puts
so
up the smoke,
blind.
shoots out the Haunt, and immediately positions just right around the cusp
That
of that
was-
smoke.
that
So
was
hard
nice.
for Stax to get the first peak. Good, crafty 1v1 from Cess. A great showing in this first match for him and the rest of the squad.
Okay,
of
1,
BCT
2,
Pacific.
3, 4.
Just
We
trying
got
to keep
4
things up,
and we
trying
have
to keep things
2.
alive.
Wait,
2-1 is
think.
a pretty good start. We shall see how they
I mean,
can
yeah,
continue
lost bonus would be
forward.
2-4,
So far,
they're fine.
Cess
the 4
has
people and
been
2
that
people
person
can't buy
up
next.
around
Big,
DFM, but of course we're
big round in terms of
watching
impact.
out
We
some
get a
other players
Razor,
as
we
well.
have
How
an
do they
Omen ult if we
support
want
and
it.
set up
Omen
May,
flash
who
goes in,
is
doesn't
now
hit anyone
getting
2
the
on site, and they
showstopper,
decide
spots
to
up
fight
ahead,
site.
able to get the splash damage kill on towards Foxy9, so that might just open up the site, but right around the corners, you've got Stax, you've got Flashback.
Oh, that boom bot. I thought it wasn't going to spot him, and that
Oh,
would have been
that
easy.
is
But Buzz
straight
gets
free
one
smoke.
kill to open things up, even things out 4-4.
Wow, what a way to shoot through the smokes. Cess on the other hand, though, playing off the off angle. Buzz now with the showstopper.
Oh my god,
gets
he almost
himself
jumped up with
stays
it.
alive to go up onto the platform. Stays alive, and that's the most important thing. Pink shots
Massive
committed as well.
2-on-2.
Gives a little bit more space for Stax.
And they
Mako
both
to
won their
come
individual
back in.
duels.
A couple crispy shots on the side of DFM.
At least DFM got a
honestly,
plant,
already, I
that
think
is
there's a lot
1-9
more
on
hope
top
for
of
this
all of
squad.
this.
They could be competitive, however,
Average like a 2-5,
Buzz just
2-6.
comes in firing. Foxy9, I mean, curious to see what the comms were, if we'll ever find out, because ultimates were coming online for DFM. Tried to stay in the site, drag things out just a bit longer. Got taken out by the showstopper, but just a good peek out by Buzz. And the fact that he's just able to stay alive long enough brings Mako into the site.
Still can rely on these two to definitely clean things
Hero
up.
judge, we would imagine they head over towards B with this.
But other than that, the showstoppers into this map, definitely a bit
Double
of a game
satchel so they
changer.
can at least send it.
And
And it
helps
looks like
DRX
they
out of the retake
wanted
in the
to
long
at
run.
least
Off to the
explore the
next round
idea of
now.
a B
DFM
split.
economy
but
not so great, just a bit of a judge. I don't know how much that can really do though, unless you're able to find that pick. And given the positioning from DRX right now, it's not going to be the easiest task. Right into the nanoswarms, and Stax still hovering around the corners. Look at how quick the response is, Will. Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
nice shot.
I have bought enough time for the backup to arrive over from A-Link. Sure, you die, but you deny the plant, and they had already pushed them out of Link, so that was still technically DRX's control, and Mako, the awareness to get one more kill.
Neth, though, not too
He
shabby.
calling him
How
sus.
long can you hold this? He
Uh,
wants to
he's hit some
retrieve
nice
the
shots.
rifle. At this point, not really the wisest choice, but wow, okay, it's just a wide swing. Buzz not quite able to drag his mouse down along with that player model. And with that, all right, rifle retrieved. I've done my job. I'm going to hold on to this for the next round.
Oh, but the call comes out for DRX.
Surely not another
They're
1v3.
watching both flanks. Flashback well aware.
Winnable?
So
I mean,
even
it's
if this
two
fight does
1v1s.
get picked up, I mean, they can
30
always
seconds
swing
left.
back together.
Actually,
Foxy
really
9
is winnable.
Trying to check both angles around him.
Does he expect the off
That
angle?
allows Flashback just to wait for that crosshair. Gets the headshot.
Hyped up a little
I
bit
was going
for
to
that.
say, but he went back into it, and that's going to be Flashback holding
Still
the
not
angle.
considering
So
they did what
4 to
was
1
it?
right
Judge
now,
3
DRX
sheriffs, 2 sheriffs.
very much so in the lead. I mean,
Still pretty
not
good damage.
too bad of a round for DFM, would you say? I mean, they just went for it with the judge and, you know, pistols.
I mean, it's 2024. I don't know if we can keep giving these, you know, very, very small pieces of cake on these rounds. Listen, it wasn't, I mean, it was never meant to be a good round. That's my point, right? So, I mean, counting your stars a little bit, I'm not sure how far that's going to go, because here's the thing, because they bought up to the judge, it's still half armor for May as well.
Wow. Yeah, that definitely could be something that bites him in the back, but so far, just got to see some more cleaner executes or ideas from DFM, because right now, although they have
They
you know, bits
popped
of
the
fame, bits of shooting,
yeah, I think
bits
the
of,
I'm pretty
ideas as
sure
well, DRX are
Medusa
still
just
very
saw the
much
Omen flash
controlling
over
the map,
towards A, and I think they
the map
called it.
all
They now
around. And look
have
what's
no
happening up around Rubble,
no hard stop for
especially
them
up
to go
around
back
B
up
as well.
towards A.
They need to win this fight one more time, and in a very explosive manner, because if they are not able to put pressure on either side of the map, this is such an easy defense for DRX, and it's a 3-site map.
Oh, yeah. Good flash again, though, but here comes Buzz! Oh, the spray down!
What?
3 hits, 3 bodies, down! May answers back with a double of his own, but is that going to be enough, though? He's down to 22. 1 bullet is all it takes. Foxy claims his head, and that's going to be down to Neth.
Oh, and they know that he hasn't come through. They're all around him.
Just
As he handled, as
completely
if he gets
surrounded.
3. I was surprised he got 2, and then there's just an
Clouds
extra
for
one appearing.
DFM for now, while they try to look for a different idea to break apart this map, because DRX are still just having a good day. Flashback is just chilling on C.
I mean, that's his job, though, and this is the faith that they have in this
But
guy,
in my opinion,
right?
on the
Is that if
DRX
they
roles,
do
I mean,
choose
I
to go
wasn't
if they do
expecting
choose to
this.
pressure early,
I'm
we
not sure
have
anyone
faith
would
that
have
you
been
will
expecting
either
this,
anchor
to
and
be
get the
honest.
kills, or you will smartly back out and get ready for the retake. That
I
allows,
just don't.
I mean, also
I think we
perhaps
probably would
the
have thought
very,
that
very strong duo that
Foxy
has
would
been really showing that hard carry potential
be on
for
Sentinel,
DRX, even on the international stages. Buzz and Mako to fight for rubble control. That is
We'll see what
not
it's
a
like on
duo
other
I would
maps
ever want
as well.
to have to combat, to break through on a part of the map. So DFM, they've got their work cut out for them. And I mean, if you're not going to fight for it early, which, to be fair, I actually do think the fade gives DRX a bit of an edge in the very start of the round, right? Because there's always that potential of the C's paint shells, and then they're already going to be set up on the cross angles. But
Fried Gold with the
some
5
other
months.
timing
Thank
here
you so
from
much.
DFM,
Thank
rather
you.
than waiting and showing yourselves on other parts of the map. It's either that or a real fast push into C. One or the other needs to happen, but C, it's always going to be potentially the poison cloud, potential nano swarms, a turret. So I think this rubble fight, you just have to do it at some point, right? Whether you eventually
Okay,
go into
timeout
the
goes
A
in.
site or
How
not,
are we gonna?
it needs to happen.
What are we gonna change up? An eco,
We've
they can
seen
definitely give them
little
some kind of
glimpses
idea.
before
Maybe
with
they want to
how
invest one of these into
actually
it. I
managed
think
to
Omen ult on
break into
eco's
C,
okay.
or at least attempted it. They managed to get the spike down for 1 round. Meanwhile, for A site, you know, they had that round with a great flash from Anthem, setting up May for a couple of kills, especially up against Buzz too. Just that didn't quite happen the second time because, of course, Buzz is going to reposition. But as we talk about C, here it comes. Despite this being a bit of an eco round, the Viper's Pit is committed.
I like this from DRX. They used to not do this, right? Oh, okay, you see the shots come in,
Yeah.
goes for the spray through the
Savage.
smoke, but I mean, they used to be like, it's an eco, just hold, and sometimes they would get thrifted quite often, especially when they go global. So just saying, lock it down, right? And then put the threat of the potential Killjoy support as well. Keep that lead up. You have so many other ultimates for retakes.
So, like, masterclass of map control.
I feel like Fox is unfairly criticized a lot of last year. Must have been a weird situation.
How much of the map DFM has?
Sometimes getting to play, sometimes not.
40%,
Never knowing.
I mean, it's not even 30.
It's
if
not
you
even
really
30?
think about it, because I mean, let's take away the spawns.
I think
'cause
it's
you
hard to
start
feel
there.
confident when you
You're not getting beyond the barriers
get
right now.
You got maybe pillars not
removed
even,
off the
yeah,
roster,
right around mounds.
like,
That's about it.
every other game.
Anthem,
Like for
up
everyone
around
involved.
Robo.
6-person
They're going for
rosters
this
are
with the
weird.
Owen ultimate.
All right, we walk through. Foxy up around the corners, instantly spotting out the player outlines. Ooh, what a flick.
I
Sets,
mean,
though,
maybe this guy
being
has some
able to
kills.
Play off of that contact, gets a shot,
Yeah,
Anthem with
for
the
sure.
flinch, a bit of a double, but Stacks brings things back.
Little bit of damage.
That
So they
fan in
kind
the
of
crowd
invested
said
the
they
ult to
wanted
make sure that they
B-Stacks to
didn't
wake up from hibernation.
lose
It's
too
been
many
some
guns, but they
time.
actually lost 3.
But so far, looking good, looking crispy here as the IGL leader for DRX.
Stacks has claws and knives to boot, but still not too bad with those sheriff shots. Again, it's still not the round win, but so far 6-1. Again, we're talking about that map control, and you mentioned
Got some
needing to
options
see
here.
DFM
One away
commit to a
from
site.
Razor, one away from Killjoy.
Maybe now with the full buy, maybe now with the Seekers, they might be able to pull something off. Maybe 1 point away from Alt as well.
Yeah, DFM's idea this whole time is shake up the setups on C and B, try to apply pressure, and then go to A. And now GRX, what a round to start pushing out. This
Yeah, I
momentum
really don't
change.
like this
Doesn't matter if they're C, because the
I really
wide
don't
swing
like
is
this
clean
default.
from Buzz.
This is new DRX. Not just a white swing, you got 2 more players aiding him. Oh, but then Mako suddenly
Yeah,
eliminated.
it's a
Yeah,
nice,
not
it's
quite
a nice
ready,
reply in
for
terms of
some
the
extra
trade,
trades.
but
I don't mind the
I
extra
have
pressure
such a
put on
problem
from
with their
DRX. That's just a good
default. They
fire
use the
back from
Skydog
DFM.
now
But
recently
the
over
point
towards
is,
to
they
take
still
C.
have no
But
control
why don't you
of
just do a
Rubble.
little boombot?
Yeah, I can't quite
I would
push
much
out.
rather use a boombot for this
Got
than
the
the
toxic screen
Skydog.
up towards C, but it's not doing all that much.
Yeah, but they do know now that it should be weaker on the A site, right? Anthem
See if they
had
keep doing
activated
the
those Seekers, so
Skydog.
trying to claw their way back in. 45 seconds on the clock. Still options to rotate out as well. I do like this. From here on out, it's still plenty of time to rotate. You know that they should be spread thin on DRX.
If they can take down Foxy9, that would be it.
30
That's what
seconds
Anthem's
left.
calling for. But wow, committing on
Oh.
that Nightfall, and it's so much information for Stacks. Showstopper
10
doesn't
HP.
quite connect, although
He
there's
did
a good
great
bit
to
of
get one
damage.
for 10
Chef
HP
goes
here.
down. Anthem trades it back up.
Buzz
Got
has his
15
own ult, but
seconds
Buzz
left to
is
secure
miles
the
away.
spike plant.
No way,
Can
the
they make
spike's
it
up
happen?
there.
Finally picking it up
Absolute
now.
nightmare.
And we're gonna
Means
go
that
for
Raze
it
can
in the
get close and
corner.
Raze ult
Anthem
now.
watching the back.
Buzz has Showstopper.
With the
Ooh.
plant, they get a
Flashback just trying to
Killjoy
get
ult.
information, but he knows that there are members in the site.
Good shot up on that
Last
corner,
player
too.
Oh.
A Medusa!
Oh, no! Shot out midair. That Showstopper's gone. Stacks is the only one here, and he has to push up front. Goes in for the first the lockdown, and that is
Yeah,
when
that's
Anthem strikes.
Nicely done from Anthem with a good
Oof.
swing here.
Risky but good post plant from DFM. Flashback, I was going to say, I wonder if Flashback pushes in or not, because there's two ways to play that. Either you swing out at the same time with the Showstopper, or you're trying to get that information right as he arrives. So Flashback peeks
The
out.
Viper
He secures
C
that
wall
there's
better
members
than
in
the
the
one
corner,
over
but
towards
they
A.
weren't aware of how
So
many
they
were
can
going to
get
be out
away
by
with it
Mound
because
as
they
well.
have
Just
Sky.
a great save from Medusa
But yeah,
Yes.
to keep his teammates
I
alive.
do like the one over towards A.
That was the main
Yeah,
thing.
denying that
But we'll
rocket,
see. We'll see how
keeping
this.
up
If
the
they keep
lockdown
going
as
over towards
well.
C and they feel like it's something
A
that
little
helps them
quiet
get
at the
over
beginning
towards
of the
C
map,
side,
but
then maybe.
putting his name back on the board.
But because
Yeah,
they
if
put
that
the
nuke went
Viper
off, it might have been a different
smoke here a
story,
lot of
but
the
still.
time,
Well played by Medusa nonetheless.
They,
And we go back towards the DFM, trying to blind
because they have
commit
Sky,
in
they're
towards
kinda
B.
fine
Off
to at
of
least,
the
like,
eco that
re-get out over
DRX
towards
has.
A.
They managed to gun down Stacks. Nandostorm Bird's alive, and Mate just flicks back on a dime. Gets another shot. Buzz and Mako trade back
At least
through,
there's a
though.
lot of shots getting
Here
hit.
comes Neth. They want to secure the angles. They want to get the spike down, and all that's left is going to be Mako, who peeks out into multiple
Right,
targets.
back-to-back as well.
DFM claims
3
a
people
third round
surviving.
against DRX.
An eco round from DRX,
Yeah,
but
maybe they can-
uncharacteristically
maybe they can make a
taking
pretty good run
1v1
at this at the
duels
end.
just one by one. So I am curious if, I mean, the new DRX, is it a change in the tempo as well for potential timeouts, just to say, listen, like, I know it was an eco, just cool things down a little bit, because this is exactly what DFM was looking for in this round. Go in with the better firepower, and Medusa talks about it in the Emerge video. He likes him as an entry. He's going in and getting those opening frags. And so far, when he is set up, like the Death said,
Okay, now they go back to the
will
A
make
wall
that
anyway.
happen.
They're changing up a lot.
It's looking
To
to
be
make
fair.
it happen again. Oh, okay, a little bit of a fake around the door.
Yeah, but DRX already has control of C Mount. They're
Insta
already in the
A
spawn.
hit.
They know it's an A hit.
Good timing on that peak, too, from Stacks. However, great trades coming out from Anthem, but what
Right,
is
they
this?
timed this
Buzz
really
almost
well,
with the
though.
spray transfer. Neth
Yeah, at
trying
least they
to
timed
trade
it
things back
very
for his
well with
team.
Foxy sending it
Mako
out at the
wrapping
same
up
time, no
around
matter
from
what, they were going to
behind
kind of get
along
trades
with
here.
Flashback. They've got that Killjoy lockdown. So DFM has to be very careful. They are thinking about rotating off to the other side. But now, caught in no man's land.
He has
Here's the
Spike.
thing. Neth, if he does put that
But
pit up,
there's-
he
they
knows
only know about the
lockdown's going
Omen.
to happen. So he just wishes he could get one kill. It doesn't matter if it's a Killjoy Omen, but at least if you make it a 1v1, you can play for a timing around those ultimates. But DRX, not one to overextend at a time like this. Mako.
Yeah, and this is, I mean, even
Going
if
for- he
Neff
saw
gets this
the
kill,
barrel, and Mako
just
will
not going to
not
think of the
miss the
Killjoys
shot.
there.
One
Only knew
pixel,
about Omen
that's
in
all
the
it
corner.
takes. And this gentle guy just keeps smiling like that. In game, it's so different, but in real life, you just love the guy.
I mean, he is just a cozy teddy bear on stage.
Right?
But then in the server, I mean, cold as ice. That's the thing, right? He's not the fanciest player, but he is just tunneled in on the mission.
그래. 난 콜 때문에 말린 거라니까.
What did he say? He said something. He said no. I was in a slump because of something else.
Okay.
Because obviously not too many kills so far here.
Right. Well, maybe he's got a couple more kills coming his way now. Up around the C site. Shrouded Step plays back in. DFM trying to hold off a bit of a default, anticipating some pushes. they just don't have that information. They can't quite commit.
I've
Maybe
never
B-side
seen
again,
a team
but the
freely
setup
use
is
their
different from
Skydog as
DRX
much
this
as
time.
this.
DRX has been playing with the tempo quite flexibly, right? A lot of rubble pressure the early part of this map, and now a couple fast pushes, and then the default that they so love. A 2-2-1, mind you, especially because of the focus on B side from DFM.
A is not challenged anymore. Dark cover says a lot, though. Bit of a flash past it, pop through. Mako able to hold the off angle for a trade. Foxy9 coming right back in, but traded right back out against his counterpart. Here comes Mako, though. Great shots to start things off, but then me. What a quick movement up on top of the platform. He guns down Stacks. This is now
at the
a
moment
1-on-2.
really shooting back heavy.
Buzz has got a bit of utility. Can he make it happen, though?
The way May's looking, if May is able to get the kill and DFM gets the round win, they could go all the way up to 5 as well with the showstopper.
One enemy remaining.
Not quite.
Well, he'll get the showstopper. Now it's up to Anthem.
Just trying to watch the angles. Bit of a
Play for
silent
time.
movement out
Raising it.
around. Time is still ticking. Pink Shell's committed, but Anthem stays tucked away. Boombot confirms position, but Buzz has to push in. Oh, and with the map changes, it's just all too much. He has to commit, and it's an easy strafe shot for Anthem to collect the 4th round.
In some
Actually making
weird
it to a
way,
pretty
it
good
actually
half.
works out even better. You get the showstopper and the Seekers online. One through the death, one through the kill, and another round win. That 5th round win could come through, and at that point, it's already looking tighter than most people expected. But I would say DFM looking hopeful. And one thing I want to point out is they're actually not relying too much on Medusa having to lurk and get kills. That was one of the things that used to bite the old Crazy Raccoon in the back, is that things they wouldn't know how to go through it and be like, Medusa, go kill.
Right,
If
last
you do,
round,
rotate.
chance to get 5 and they have
That's
4
not
ults.
always going to be their answers here on DFM.
This one's going to get
Maybe just a bit more of a flank guard, but still, I mean, Anthem as the mainstay, as the calls come through, it just works so well. They've got 4 ultimates now for this round, DFM. They might just be able to end things in the first half with a 7-5, and that would be pretty good.
Of course, some big ones on DRX, so it is a mind game of how do you bait out each other first. Seekers just to break it open. DFM just wants to get into the site. They'll worry about the counter ults later.
Oh my.
Wow. Oh, well, there is a counter out coming out from Buzz right now, though. Both spent. Doesn't quite find all too much, but it's just, I don't know, warning shots, explosive radiuses, just right around.
Weird
this
like jumping
rubble
battle
area.
going over towards C to try to get info.
We had talked about
Oh
Medusa
man, this
now.
could
Medusa's
farm.
in position to go for the flank if they're able to get into the site, but a judge?
Oh no.
That's not what they want to deal
He's
with.
out of ammo. A shorty will seal the deal, and now it's up to Stacks. Teammates rotated over as well. Flashback, quick response. But do you have the angle? That's the thing. Neth tries to hop up quick, tries to go for the Viper's pit, but the Hunt just
No
buys
plan
time
yet.
away.
They don't have to rush
Not
this.
to mention the lockdown too.
Yeah,
And
nice.
look at how they relay backwards. Foxy9 ready to pick them
Stacks
off.
can definitely win this
Still,
round
though,
if he takes the time in.
B-side has been gained.
Yeah, and Medusa already shook up the backside as well. Now the pit up, looking like a tough retake. They know they want to get some of those early kills through the pit, but DFM's just not giving the angles away.
It's not bad ult usage, but still DRX 1 point away for each of Stacks or Foxy9's ultimate. As soon as they maybe spray through and get the single one, but look at the angle. Success with the shorty. Second shot fired through does tag Mako up to really low. Allows for Neth to spray through.
Huge
and
recovery. Huge.
Just decides to
7-1
go over
to
to the next round.
7-5, 4 in a row.
7-5 he tries, but that's, wow, a DFM coming up huge in this first half.
7-5 is honestly a pretty solid scoreline, especially considering that switching out the Sky for the Fade
Nats.
here for DRX,
Thank you
it
so
was
much,
meant
Nats.
to take control of Rubble,
Appreciate the
especially
raid.
on the defensive
Sub
side.
raiders.
It's not going to be as
Hope
easy
stream was good,
to try
bro.
to force that issue unless you're really dumping every piece of utility. And even then, I mean, this time the Sky, you can wait for those counter flashes, right, on the defensive side, and you'll get a wider radius a lot quicker as you creep up to that box. So I think DFM is going to be okay, considering a bit of a rough start that they had losing the pistol.
I'm still just a little bit
Opa.
taken aback, a little bit surprised.
halfway,
The
that's
game is evolving. We are feeling some of these changes. You saw that with the layout on C site and how they planted Spike.
It's
You saw that
DFM,
with
yeah,
the
dude,
judge that
they're
Buzz
looking
was
alright.
holding and how
You're looking
DFM
at right.
is able to capitalize off
Thanks
of
so
that.
much, man. Appreciate
So,
that.
off of those bits of control, or maybe some of these counter flashes Sky has,
The all
DFM
raids
is actually
lead to me
able
is
to come
crazy.
back into the game. As we swap sides, though, I mean, what are you thinking, Will?
Well, I mean, again, I think it did take them a bit longer to get a read on, exactly DRX's setups and how they're really spreading across the utility, etc. Sure, DRX's
In terms
comp
of
was
pistol,
meant to do that. It was
one-
meant to win
oh,
out the rubble fight
that's
and
a
things
0.
like that. But
There we go.
surely they should have
We
an
made it
answer
there.
because now still the Haunt able to return on a cooldown. Obviously not too many times in a round, but DRX could still go in, get info, and then set up for an execute with the Prowler.
Not as many as
and,
last
of course,
time,
the
but
Paranoia.
still 2.
So DFM, what's their answer? Surely
Each time on the Killjoy.
they play a bit more aggressively here, pushing out a couple times.
I wonder if that's what that pillar's positioning is all about. But you're absolutely right. That's DRX's game plan. That's our option. Oh, we're actually okay. Toxic screens towards.
Okay, good pressure over
Yeah,
towards
just
C. They
crossing
just do a
across each
one-way,
other,
and then
but
they do a
DFM wanted to kind of go for a
fade eye.
fake that they were weak on
So
B,
this
right? They
on
put up
its
the one-way
own,
onto
without them
C.
having to go over
They showed
towards
themselves
it,
a
creates
little bit with the
pressure.
screen on A. And DRX did
Sky
not
can
bite.
clear this. Yeah, flash
So
goes in,
they're
question mark
just
cleared.
all gonna back out.
We just got Flashback watching the back with the Sheriff. The rest of them trying to set up for that position. Is this like one of these classic DRX executes?
Well, DRX senses something fishy. It's just too quiet around A. And if it is going to be left empty, they have to watch out for the back, which is Flashback not moving at all near A main.
Okay, so that's what Flashback is doing. Meanwhile, the rest of them
Omen
have cleared
flash
out
for
the entire
retake.
site. DFM trying to get a read for DRX's executes, and that's why they fall back so far, but a little bit too
And they
far.
know one's on the
Spike is
flank.
down. Medusa trying to get the shot onto Buzz. Paint Shells flushes him out of position, and that's going to be the frag. A bit of a
have
reload
an
as
Omen
Mako
flash to
finds a
overwhelm this
trade
guy,
on
yeah.
towards May. And then the shots go through even further. Here comes, Stacks though, but only for the time
Smoke on
being.
the spike into the stick, maybe?
The rest of them now
Wait.
needing to watch that spike.
Oh, did they think
Out
it was
in the
another
open,
plant?
DFM
They
tries to
thought it
play
was a
around the
different
screens,
plant
but
and the
how
smoke
long
didn't fully
can they
cover
dance
it.
back and forth? Not before DRX comes in.
The
Unlucky.
two youngsters getting a kill each to finish off that pistol round. Both pistols going to DRX. That's one of the reasons, obviously, they stayed in the lead in the first half. And it might be just what they needed to close things out safely on Lotus. I mean, the fact that they were just so insistent on watching the flank. They just knew someone would be it. Now, they probably expected it
goodness.
to be Medusa, because that's usually his role, but this
Nah, I
time it
think
was
they
Anthem.
knew about
They
the
will
flank.
be
I think I'm
rewarded
pretty sure he
nonetheless
put a
for the
turret up and
patience.
then like 5 seconds later it got shot.
Still very much so strong fundamentals, good reads all throughout the game. But what is this from DFM? Pistol round. We're banking on this. Did Foxy9 see something?
I think he saw perhaps one of the jump peaks. Either way, though, you bought up the extra guiding light. You already used it, but no rewards there. So this could very well turn into
Eco,
a
we'll
round
see
where
what it
DFM's going to have to pick
Score
and
of the
choose
GE
between,
game,
giving away
it was like
potential
13,
kills.
10,
Now they're trying to go in
13,
on an offbeat. It looks like they're trying to get
7?
up close to C
maybe?
and surprise DRX.
Just a wee
hear him.
bit.
The reload.
Not too much of a surprise anymore, though, as they push through. Runs out of ammo. Neth able to secure the kill on towards Mako. Not too bad.
Not planted yet. And the door's pressuring them
Wait,
from behind.
this actually...
Is that a lot of pressure?
Yeah,
I
this
feel like
actually
with
has
the
a little bit
rifles,
of legs.
DRX
Oh, that's a
still
shame.
should
The
be
one
able to
person that
shoot
was in the
them
best position
down.
goes
Yes,
down.
It's a lot of smokes. It's a lot of question marks.
Well,
Shout out to
should-
DRX here. They
yeah,
they
the
stayed
tempo's
very
away
calm
from
in a
them now.
situation
I
that
mean,
like
right as Anthem
wasn't
peaks there, they were
comfortable.
hoping to get one more kill. Not able to secure it.
Oh.
Flashback.
Wow, that's sharp. That is crisp. Still some kills that are good enough to bring them
I feel a little bit
over
sorry
to
for
the next
DFM here.
round.
If they win one pistol, it's
Now just
Flashback's
it
looking
might have
calm on
been
stage.
pretty
I mean,
close.
he looks like he belongs here.
not that much of a rookie.
Well,
yes,
I mean,
from the academy, but
well, no, I mean, he's absolutely a rookie. The only real experience he has is the couple matches that he played during this offseason, but he looks like he was always ready to play on the main stage.
and that's what I mean. Oh,
Oh no.
there might
Oh
be a bit
boy.
of an issue as we go in for a tech pause for the time being.
Don't sound so disappointed. It's a friendly face. Hopefully not too long of one here. Thank you so much, of course, for everyone who has been waiting around. I think everyone right now, all around us, obviously, lots of fans who have been waiting for the DRX opening match of VCT kickoff here in Korea. Everyone just hoping to get right back into the game. And, I mean, DFM, the unfortunate story is the bar was set very low for this team, right? Let's not beat around the bush. The bar was set very low. Obviously, very much new faces, 4 of them, all coming over from the old core Crazy Raccoon roster, only Anthem remaining as the IGL. But some things that, you know, a couple of the fans who have been following Challengers Japan, or I would assume actually a lot of the fans in Japan as well, were, okay, well, you know, this team looked like they had some individual potential. The question was who's doing the calling? And that's calling often left something to be desired, and then Anthem's now the one calling. Off of his experience trying to lead a team
it might be.
in VCT Pacific 2023,
It might be. We don't
he wants
really
to
know.
come in with a motivated
It's the
new
one
roster.
on
with
the
some
left in the
very
middle, I
individual
think,
talent
Rossi
like
was
May,
at.
who's already shown good highlights, going in, getting double entry frags, trying to prove a point. It's not bad because you started at such a low point, but surely these players want so much more out of this match from DRX.
Am I getting the sense that, you know, are you disappointed with the performance so far
No,
from DRX, or?
I'm not
Most
saying it's
disappointing
disappointing, but I'm
team so
just
far?
saying that it wasn't hard to impress
Probably
anybody when it comes to
Secret.
DFM's history. And the thing is anyone who was hyping them up saying, well, yeah, but they've got potential. I hear they're doing well in scrims, etc. All of those things pointed to them being much more explosive. Now, again, yes, Lotus and then the map, the comps, DRX came in prepared for the defensive side. The rubble fights were good. But, I mean, I think part of it was just getting the fast reads, right? And then trying to make sure that if you are messing up the setups on B and C, you go in on a timing, you kind of take that risk at some point. If you're on the attack, you need to be the one who's taking initiative. So the big question is now on defense, are they able to pressure DRX into the same mistakes?
When do the EU matches start?
So in terms of the
20th.
strats and the calling, sometimes
2 days.
without information, without that additional
Okay,
guesswork
relatively
to really
fast.
push in through a site, sometimes it
Big
leaves
win.
DFM a little bit lacking. But of course, you know, we're expecting the win result from DRX. I mean, we're talking about literal champions, or, you know, ex-champions versus...
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's been a while since I've seen DRX lift up a trophy, so...
I mean, throughout the league last year,
That's
2023
weird. They
versus
put
DFM
their
score.
they
They
put their defense Viper wall exactly
yes,
on
it's not the most impressive thing, but it is
exactly
still a bit of
on
an
the attack
improvement.
one. When it goes down, they just put theirs on.
How much does it say? DFM right now with the full binds, they are going in for that hold.
Another retake setup for A for
3-1-1.
DFM.
Changes on Lotus were enough to
They're
impact
gonna
pro
back
play.
out.
I mean, it's a
you've
little bit
already
more
seen
defense-sided, but not
them
much.
Going all the way up deep into
You have
the
some more
backside of
options.
heaven, so they
This
are
bit
giving
over
this
towards
up.
A is like the sickest
Even
bit.
potentially B site. So because of that, they want to up the tempo, pushing out of Mound, but Flashback has now dug
It made it
into
more
B
even
main.
for sure.
And Mako holds on to his dark carvers just for this too, but he's kind of lost the timing a little bit. Can't quite peek out of the top heaven for now. But look at what's happening on the mini-map.
Yeah, 3 pass and
Turret
push.
not facing them just
Tara
yet,
not
but they
facing
will have
them.
to cross that line at some point. They're hoping that he peeks out on a timer, but no need.
I mean, they could tell
Good
Roman
faith
to
in that turret
smoke
coming
it.
out from Flashback.
Alright. Flash definitely gives it off.
Oh, that was
Flashback
nice
spots the
there.
barrel, able to get the first shot, goes in for a
That
second,
was really
but
good
double
from them.
dipping, he gets punished. DFM
Break
now with the
turret,
retake,
flash
setting up
dash.
through. It's gonna be Cess who takes down Mako. Buzz now trying to hold from right underneath. Good support from Foxy, and they managed to fend them off. It's just enough utility, buying enough time, while DFM continues to try to push
I'm
up.
super low.
They're slowly starting to burn through the timer though.
Oh.
Anthem just sticking up to it. Is it enough? It looks
Yeah.
like it.
That was
As
nice. That was
DFM
actually
picks
pretty
up
impressive.
the
3 people
6th
behind.
win up
They see the
against
turret
DRX.
here. Just as they go
A
to
good
break it,
retake
Sky
from
Flash
DFM.
rounds,
Once they
dash.
realized that they would have to go
Sorry,
through
Satchel.
the turret, I was
So they
afraid
were
that they would
close,
wait
so as soon as
so
they kinda
long
called
because
to the
Foxy
turret, it was
9
down there,
actually
just in the
getting ready
face,
to lurk
go
all
on.
the way around stairs, wrapping around
That's
the
a really
defender
good run.
spawn. But once they realize, okay, we can't wait on this any longer, they
Yep,
just
there
go
it is.
in with the pop flash. The guiding light popping right around the corner allows them to get the first kill, and then it's just trades chain through. Sure, decent support from Foxy 9. But, you know, DFM, they upped that tempo on that retake. They started on the right timing, now trying to catch up.
Sometimes feels like flashes are still just so valuable I mean, still so effective, even with the changes, the fact that it doesn't refresh. In a combat situation like that, you know,
Okay,
stacks
this is a big run for
completely
DFM
blinded.
because if they lose
Oh,
this,
absolutely.
it's
I mean,
pretty much done.
Once you send it out, the value is still strong, but you just can't
Send it out
spam
too
it
often.
yeah, nonstop and absolutely pressure one part of the map.
Which is why I won't really fault Anthem's agent choice too much.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, which is why I don't play Sky anymore. Because to be honest, that's why I don't play it
Never
anymore.
played Sky in my life.
Wow.
You know me, I'm more controller guy. Anyway, DRX still taking things slow. And DFM not really
B
getting
is
much
looking
information
good.
off of it, apart from the utility.
This guy
So,
is,
as soon as
yeah,
the
this
door's
guy's in a
broken
world of
through, it's
pain.
a bit of that B pinch. Buzz trying to break in.
Last bullet.
Shot and step just lines up perfectly with Buzz's crosshair. Here comes the paint shells to block them off. The spike plant is secured.
Okay, and we've
That's
got no
unfortunate.
pressure
I mean,
here. No pressure
Says
here.
he
They
was
can't
just a
retake.
sacrifice here to a
They have
well-timed
to apply
attack from
pressure on one of these
DRX.
points. Okay, they can't retake
Yeah, it
this.
gets hit by the paranoia, and at that point, you're just hoping that the shadow step lands and saves you, but Buzz waits for it and shoots right through.
And as soon as the retake comes up, I mean, you can bank on those flashes, but if they don't quite land, if DRX are playing anti-flash, yeah, just running out of time at that point, can't quite secure the kills, can't quite
and
get
that's
a
savage.
bit more space into its sights, so retake's impossible at this point. And it's just another one
Money
of these rounds
wrecked,
with DRX
most likely.
getting in position,
11-6,
setting up
unless
for
the
that
hero guns
classic
get
sight
saved
hit.
and they can do something.
Yeah,
but
and I wonder if they're going to try opening the store. No, they're not.
it's a good boy.
Because
Thank you
obviously
very much,
not
man. Appreciate
great
the
on
tier 1.
creds for
Thank you, dude.
DRX either. I mean, they'll be fine.
Welcome into the
Obviously,
Slug Club.
especially
Thank you
winning
for the tier
round,
1.
But not enough to greed just yet.
Thank you.
Now, DFM running out of credits to spend. They'll have to save, carry over these 2 rifles.
And that's where you start thinking about your life on the map. DRX still looking pretty decisive in some of these rounds.
Most important agent died on site, especially when
Guardian,
they have the.
Vandal,
Honestly, if the
Phantom.
wall is like
Classics
this,
for the
it doesn't
rest.
matter
Okay,
as
I mean,
much.
a
But when they're
frenzy
doing
upgrade,
this
sure,
A wall,
but
yeah, you're right.
no armor for Neth either.
Huh. Well, they are trying to hold more forward positions. Anthem jiggling up around pillars.
Yeah, this is a setup for Anthem, right? The paranoia.
Ooh.
Yeah, he wanted to set up kills for the Vandal, but already knowing that the Vandal is there is not what DFM wanted.
Just feels risky.
Still like it though.
At
It's
least
kind
with
of
the
cool.
utility towards Rubble, it holds off DRX for a second, long enough for me to get in position enough.
It's basically
on an
trying to
off
make
angle.
them just.
But as soon as this curve
have a
drops, though,
flash.
Foxy9.
You
He's got
actually
an idea
think
of his
that
own.
this
Yeah, but this
game
one way
plan
helps.
here
He
would
knows
probably
it can't
work
be an
well.
easy cross angle. So he's lined up for
Ooh.
just the 1 kill.
I don't like the
Good
smoke
setup
here
and
though.
good
It's so
support from
weird.
Neth. He even gets the Vandal and gets out for free. DRX just
But I
says,
think
okay,
the
if that's
overall
setup, we wanna
idea of
rush
having the
and get
wall like
plant
this
onto the other side of
does
the map.
make sense when they
They're
don't have
rushing over
smokes.
just as quick as
But this smoke here
Foxy9
should probably be an
drops,
Omen
but
smoke in my
guess
opinion.
what? Up around the doors,
But I think the game plan is
DFM
smart.
presses that button, that flash comes out. They might be able to break them apart. Buzz, though, guns them down for a little bit, but it's a classic that ends his life. Suddenly, it's going to be flashback cut into 1-on-2.
Double molly,
Never a better time
18
than to
HP.
prove the hype was correct. Termi says with time he thinks Flashback can become the greatest player in Korea.
Alarm bot down.
Knows at least one coming from Waterfall.
Down.
Paranoia calls it true.
One enemy
Gets the
remaining.
first shot. A bit of a swing from Neth. Ooh!
Close.
Back and forth, and it just throws Flashback off for a little bit. In for a loop. It's going to be DFM picking up that 7th win.
Yeah, Neth with a little nod to Coach Termi saying, you're right, he does need a little bit more time. Wins out that 1v1 duel. This was good. I mean, Foxy9 just kind of had to commit to the bit there, but the one-way setup, starting it after the toxic screen. You can tell that, I mean, they're happy, but obviously it was a little bit of a nail biter, Says.
Yeah, I do think
Bit of a
DRX
nervous
probably
laughter
need to focus on A take
Both sides.
when they can.
But still, I mean,
Because
DRX in
when
the
they
lead
don't
right
take
now,
insta
economy
A,
slowly
because of this
starting to
wall,
run
they can't
dry.
really get
Bit
out
of
of
a
this
heavy
choke point.
investment from
So
me on that
I think this
operator.
call from DRX
It's gonna be a
is
fast hit.
for sure the
Got
one.
showstopper available as
And then
well.
you would imagine DFM, once they
Okay,
get
we're
out
not
over
seeing
towards
anything
A,
outside
do an
B
A punish next
DFM.
round.
DRX making their presence known outside the A site.
waiting for the push out from B. DRX still leaving their options open. They've had a couple of successes, pinching onto B site.
Okay. Wait for the dark cover. Is that the game plan? And then just commit towards. Wow.
It's a 2v1 on main, though.
Flashback. You have what it takes. Oh, shoulders exposed. That's all Seth needs. Main now with a shot at the buzz. Stacks, though, not refusing to back down.
They still don't have too much map control. A lot of this is down to Foxy9. And, oh, they're all going to retake in the same place again. Being Foxy9 wins this.
He's trying to keep them
really going for a hero play. And do they expect? Damn. Respect.
And Foxy9 shot out from the back. It's going to be Stacks trying to bury his fangs and slash his claws, but still Neth just makes them blunt for the time being.
Oh, the timing! And you know what the worst part is this has happened to Mako before! Oh my goodness! The thing is,
feels bad, man.
He had to go in like on a split second that the lockdown ends.
True.
The guy was so
you
good.
Just gotta laugh it off. What can you do?
Again, yeah, sometimes people mess up the timing because it's like a wave, right?
Stacks, I think Stacks
you see at the end here, it goes out, and if you're obviously it takes a little bit longer to reach the edge.
So much for free, it's still a 2v1.
And you never
So
want
even though it says like the ult is done, sometimes you have to wait like not even half a second, but you have to wait a little bit longer.
Okay.
I think DRX are gonna struggle.
All right, May still on that operator.
This A thing is pretty cool.
Prowler gives out the info.
Oh boy, well that's my fault.
I think Buzz might have spotted.
Oh, that's a round.
Earlier too, so he was ready for it.
And off of it, the showstopper now onto the top of the platform. We can push in deeper. Seekers gives us the info that DFM is trying to flank up a little bit. So DRX should be set for this retake.
That's done.
Simple frag for flashback. Now long range duels, and he is online. Looks out for the third. It's going to be Mako that seals that deal.
It was actually their easiest round. They keep 4 people alive. And it was a low buy.
Operator kill. A rare find. But a clean one.
Yeah, I'll put that nice one into my little collection of kills.
It's a good one. Not that we got to see it, but we did see the kill feed. Well, I mean, you got to save. It's not map point just yet, so carry over whatever you can. It's going to be a little wonky, but with half armors, they should be able to make something work.
Not the easiest task, and we are nearing map point after all. But that said, I mean, so far, just some decent, fun Valorant being played on stage. You got DFM showing some, little improvements here and there. Nice firepower from the new pickups from Crazy Raccoon. But DRX, I mean, this was a map they never wanted to play.
Can't get away with this. Yeah, that one was outrageous.
They showed it at ABL a little bit. They
in the Pacific games,
and it's still pretty
specifically,
good.
I've been like,
yeah, I mean,
really
the first showing, and this, we talked about this before. Whenever a new map comes out, like DRX likes to hide the new map for as long as possible, and they're like, haha, here's the wild card, and then it's like, well, it actually wasn't that good, so we'll come back next time. And then they look good, right? After a whole another split or a whole another tournament, they look good. So that's kind of what happened to Lotus as well.
You guys can see what Will looked like next to me. That's the goofiest pose.
Well, that's what it felt like watching DRX trying to hide away this new map as if it was some crazy masterpiece that they had concocted. I mean, it was the same thing with Fracture. For those of you who remember when Fracture was first released, like they were saying like, oh, and they had even told us on the Korean broadcast that, oh, scrims are going well, like our Fracture's gonna be so good. And we're like, all right, and they opened it up against Fnatic, and Durka was just like, haha, double satchel up, and then you guys are all dead. So, I mean, I think they are starting to learn the lesson. Hopefully we don't see the same thing with Sunset. But anyway, been a while since Lotus came out. It's looking good.
They're all in for this one.
Now DFM off of a timeout with the half armors. They have mostly rifles, but only a stinger. But if they get the plant, it's the pit for Neth.
That would be lovely.
And they kind of scrap their plan over towards this as well. They go for the more like traditional wall.
Same game plan, making their presence known up around A. Dark cover being propped up. Slight difference this time though from DFM in terms of Neth's toxic screen. They have to think twice about pushing into A, or it's just to bypass it through the door.
Neth just going to use it early instead of on the retake. Just wants to scare them away. And that way he can utilize his stinger a little bit better as well.
And this is a sorry. This is a classic in terms of turret contact, and then they can just have the ult that goes off, and then you have the alarm bot to see if anyone's pushed through.
Yeah,
as soon as the alarm bot goes off, they can spam it.
I have my questions here because so much time was left, and they don't exactly have the greatest tools to go for a retake onto B.
Cess on that from the shadows Omen ult for info. A little bit early up around mountain, he didn't see anything, so I don't know if he's calling it clear.
There is a lot of pressure on this Omen for this because they forced into this.
Some way to try to pressure them into B as they're already set up for it, but DRX isn't taking that
one
bait.
smoke, one
The
flash.
C should be landing.
Uh-oh. Alright, try to step
Okay,
away.
he opted for a really good play here
This is
just
now
to
a
get out of
retake's
there, and he
game.
still has his flash for the retake.
Stinger 4 rifles up against a fully equipped DRX.
And they sent
try
it
to
in
push through,
before
they try
the
to go
flash.
along and the flash.
Oh no, okay, they did
But
flash
Buzz
heaven.
is still just that good. Positioning an elevated angle from Mako as well, though. May makes it a trade, but then here comes flashback. DRX's teamwork is still just that good. Well, I gotta pick up a rifle.
Yeah, I mean, not much you can do. You have to. Yeah, I guess you save it at that point. Already so much time passed as well. And Stack says, come back.
Oh!
And that's a sure. Nice little conversation between two veterans.
Where's the flash? I'm pretty sure it
And
went
flashback
heaven.
says full stop, period.
But I'm not even sure they had time to
It's,
get heaven.
map
I would have
point
to
now.
watch it back again.
Nothing flashy, but very reliable from Flashback. Curious to see how he's going to look on other maps. Of course, he's been tasked with kind of anchoring and holding the flank so far, so not too many opportunities to show
Oh,
his
okay, no,
stuff
it went over
either.
towards main, to be fair.
Yeah, the first half, just chilling on C.
Yeah, not too many rounds where he actually
This
got a taste of the
this
action.
pause up on the
But it
boxes
seemed like that retake part
in
of it
after
was
plant is
the map changes a
actually
bit, right?
very
The
strong.
boxes had the extended length of it. Oh, I missed
More
that.
vision.
Sorry.
Up
Kinda
here where
still
this turret is,
waterfall.
that's really strong for that. It's a nice angle.
Gotta
It's
remember
okay,
that Buzz is
Will.
Buzz is a very talkative guy, so whenever we see him on camera, probably has something nice and fun to say.
If anything, though, I think Flashback might show us a bit more in Breeze, perhaps, as that is the next
Okay,
map.
4
But here we
chances
go.
to close this one out.
Bit of a last effort from DFM. We've got the judge on net. 5 rounds. The first one has been spent.
This
4
poor
slugs
guy.
remaining. And
Look at the
rest of
minimap.
DRX
I mean, he's done
they
fantastic.
tried. Spike down. The rest of them want to corral around, and they managed to make it happen.
I mean,
Spike
what more
and
could
Sight still
what more can they expect from
picked
him
up.
there?
You should run.
got exciting for a second.
Yeah, but no support. And then DRX, sure, this lockdown can feel a bit early, but there's just no way for them to break it. Just trying to pop around away from that Trailblazer as well.
I want to bite that lockdown. Nothing doing for now.
Imagine if the Trailblazer could break the lockdown.
This
no.
this one
With Will.
feels and looks done.
I think
Flash
this
over
is
towards
the
here to
beginning of
clear
the
it.
end here
Omen
for
flash.
map
It's
one.
all up to the Omen flash.
Certainly
Actually might hit
feels
2
like
here.
it. Look at
Not
the
much
positioning
time.
from DRX. The timing, it's not great.
Guys, you gotta go at
Paranoia
one point.
sets up, but they have to push in now. And as soon as they make it past the toxic screen, it's an easy shot. Foxy 9, 1, 2, 3! Last one on the other side, and Mako steals it away.
I tell you what, give DFM a
13
pistol
to
here.
8 DRX.
I still think it'll probably be the same outcome, but
A solid win for
we'll
DRX
be pretty close.
on map 1 on their opponent's pick of Lotus. And DFM,